today. We can be the light, but him and nothing on. We can be the light, but him and nothing on. We can be the light, but him and nothing on. We can be the light, anything. We can be the light, but him and nothing on. We can be the light, but him and nothing on. We can be the light, but him and nothing on. We can be the light, anything. Something for today.
All right, I'll put you on next. All right.
The subject for today, but him thing off, but him and anything, 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 but him thing off, God can be, but him can be the Lord thing off, but anything, but him thing off, God can be, but him can be the Lord thing off, but anything. Subject for today. We can be the light, but him and nothing on. We can be the light, but him and nothing on. We can be the light, but him and nothing on. We can be the light, anything. We can be the light, but him and nothing on. We can be the light, but him and nothing on. We can be the light, but him and nothing on. We can be the light, anything. Subject for today.
Well, hello everyone, and welcome to another Darachat. My name is Daramouthe, or Dara for short, because unfortunately some people say Daramouthe, and I have to correct them. Sometimes I'm nice, sometimes I'm not. You already went through the first grade. I don't need to do this again. But anyway, how are all of you? My guess is gonna be a little late, so you'll have to have me for right now. All of me, all of that. So yeah, he'll be a little late. But anyway, how are all of you lovely people doing? I see all of you out there. All people watching with their eyes. I know you have eyes because I have eyes too. Or maybe you don't have eyes and you're just listening to my my smooth. You're listening to my smooth voice, like my radio voice. I don't know if I could do like radio. I came up the bar and slapped him in the face. I don't know if that would work, to be honest. But I'm glad that you're all here. Usually, when I had started out in the beginning, I really didn't know how I was doing this thing. To be honest, I really didn't think I'd be here at all. Doing this sort of silliness with content creation and all like, and it's always so fun to learn about the intricacies of content creation. But I digress. I'm still in the learning progress of it, so always having fun with learning. Always have fun with learning, because if you don't, you always have fun with learning, because if you don't learn to have fun, then yeah, it just won't be as good. So there's that. All right. Well, whenever you're ready, Aden, because he's in the background. But yes, it's always it's an interesting um it's an interesting thing about this whole content creator's fear of. Oh, hey, how you doing? Oh, I can hear you typing. I don't think you can hear me though, can you? One second.
You can hear.
Hello?
I can't hear you. I can't. I can hear you on your stream. I just can't hear you.
Did you if you have checked your output to make sure it's going to your headphones? Yeah. Check to see if your output for your sound is going to your headphones instead of like your. Well, I don't know if you're wearing headphones or not, but yeah, not into you. Okay. All right. Well, if you've used Rumble Studio to stream with, make sure you unmute your tab as well. Either or, I don't know. So I don't know what the delay is going to be. Does that anything work? 1 second. Can you hear me at all? All right. Try making sure. You can't hear me, so we're trying to technical difficulties. I don't know how to do it. Which part? I better. Which part? There we go. Hearing you. Okay. Is your tab muted? Is your tab muted? That rumble no, okay. So the fun part of live stream works until you go live. Well, live stream works until you go live. Well, you know what? This is the fun part. I got it now. You can hear me now? Can you? All right.
I hear you now. I hear you now.
Okay. See
now my camera isn't working. Hold on.
Okay, so what for your camera, right? So what you want to do is you want to pick your camera that you want to use, refresh the page, and then come back and see if it works. There we go. I think you'll get it. We're gonna wait and see. Did it work? Oh, hoping it works. Usually it works when someone gets their camera.
Hold on.
There it is.
There we go.
Oh my gosh! Look at this. We solved it. We did it. Yes!
We got it. Look at
Yes.
that. That's
Oh
some
my
teamwork
gosh.
right there.
That's right. We should have like the Minecraft thing where it says achievement. It'll make your stream work.
Okay.
Oh, there it is.
Hold on. I'm just trying to see if I get my OBS one to work. Hold on.
Okay.
Oh.
You have to now for your OBS one. You kind of have to do through OBS, so that means you have to start up the virtual camera first. So you basically have to get out and come. Yeah, all that stuff. We had a win, and then it wasn't much. Oh, there it goes, a little light. Now we just, that almost, the OBS symbol sort of looks like the transportation symbol from the United States. I don't know why that looks so similar.
Screw it. I'm just gonna use the other one.
There, he's on it now. Hold on. Let's see if we'll see his face again. Oh, there we go.
We'll run this one. All right.
There you go. See? No, hey, look, I like the coloring. It looks great. It's green as for go.
Thank you. Yeah,
green as for go. How'd you, who decorates for you?
You want to know the area or what?
Is it like a 25 by 7 or something like that? I don't know.
No, but we got
nice.
See, I got it right here from corner all the way behind me, just a little. Oh, hold on.
Yeah.
Wrong way. This way, corner to corner. There. You see?
Nice.
There.
Now that's homemade right there. That shows ingenuity because you have tape, you have green screen, you're ready to go. I mean, at this point, you might as well just show like a blazing fire behind you or something.
Yeah.
I don't think you want to though. People are like, is he in hell? What is he in hell? What's going on here? Well, anyway, hello, Aden. How are you, good sir?
Good, and you?
Well, I can complain, but if I do complain, then people would stop watching, and then they're like, "Oh, you hear about this guy that complains a lot?" Yeah, I don't watch that guy anymore.
Okay, I get you.
So you know why? You know you're starting to look a little like Doc Disrespect. You
I
got the hood.
yeah,
You got the little.
it's I didn't try to be, okay? I wanted to try something original,
Yeah.
and I did get a vest just because it looks
Yeah.
pretty cool, and but
Yeah.
yeah, turns out I look like Doc now. So
Well, you've got the ski goggles though, because that looks like you're about to go down the slopes after the
oh
show.
yes, yes, and then like
So
he doesn't have the ski mask up here though. So
that's true. That's true. But do you use that though when you actually go skiing? That's the real question.
yeah, I do. Yeah.
That see it multi-purpose. See, you're already working your stuff. You're like a frugal person. You are already taking these items, using it in multiple ways. You know what? Gotta save those dollar bills, as the kids would say. but yeah, no, thank you for coming on.
Yeah,
I
thank you
appreciate
for
it.
having me. I can't wait to have this little chat right here.
Yeah. Well, it's funny too because the part of the ordeal is that you're actually well, of course he's not, but you guys are gamer friends with Gussie Wussy. That's our
Yes,
Taylor
yeah.
dude. Yeah. So how did that? How I mean, how did you even get to know about Gussie Wussy anyway?
Okay, so well, it started off. There's this Minecraft server or something called like the locals or something, and
Hmm.
what happened is Taylor said to me that he's on it because it was made for like learning Minecraft players or people that just aren't that
Hmm.
you can say advanced stuff like that. So I was like,
Yeah.
sure, I'll join up because I wanted to have fun and troll around because
Hmm.
yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah.
And Taylor showed me Gussie, and immediately day one he was bullying me because he had full diamond and all that. So I couldn't. I was trying to 1v1 him in iron. I got close, but he still beat me. So
Yeah.
what's yeah. So yeah, that was pretty funny. And then ever since that, then we kind of like stayed connected with each other and did stuff together because we all found out we were all on Rumble and all that. So
Yeah. Yeah, no, yeah, because I know I ran across because I had Gussie Wussy back on like
yeah, yeah.
a few months ago, and he's pretty cool. Now, of course, he's on his missions thing because I know that was one of the things he was just. I think after we were done, he was waiting for the his stuff because he's Mormon and all that, and so he was waiting
Hmm.
for his missions and stuff. So he's on that right now. But yeah, no, it was interesting to have him on, and I I was just like, what's with the robe?
Yeah.
I was like, "What you trying to?" Because you're trying to look like, there was a gentleman who used to do that too. He's wear a robe, call him Hugh Hefner. I was like, "You trying to look like that?" And it's like, "Oh no, no." That was just pretty funny. But yeah, I mean, it's kind of funny that you guys got to get over that server and stuff and kind of met because I know Taylor Dude is the other one. And I've not had him on, but I know he's kind of floats in between different platforms like yourself.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, I'm surprised Taylor hasn't wanted to do this yet, or have you not asked him?
I have not asked them. It's
Oh,
you usually when there's a lot of different. I usually ask a lot of different people, so it's a mixed bag. It's a mixed bag of asking, and if you'll hear anything back, because that's how it is, right? You have friends that sometimes they'll say yes, and sometimes they'll say I can't do it right now. I've got other
hmm.
stuff. It's
Yeah,
sort of that
yeah.
other thing. So you just try to ask around. But I mean, it works. It doesn't work. I was glad to get Gussie on before he left for his thing, and I'll try later on to have Taylor dude. But I know you guys. I know he's kind of been on and off from Rumble because of certain things. But I know you and Gussie Wussy have sort of been including on that mark. So you streamed a Rumble, but where else do you stream? Is it? I know it's
Uh,
YouTube as well, but
YouTube I only use like for videos. Like if I were to
okay,
like I nowadays I make more videos than I would stream just because it's
right.
I like that way more. And streaming also, it's just for me, I kind of lost it for a little bit, so I just
Yeah,
yeah, now I want to focus on that.
yeah, yeah, and that's understandable. I know a lot of people still like doing the edited content. Now, I mean, I'm guessing you edit your own videos too, right? Like
Hmm.
that's why you're doing
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Do you also do the shorts as well?
Well, for shorts, like I would sometimes just take it right out of my video. Like I don't even bother making my own separate short. I just take it right from the video.
Right, right. Which makes sense. It's like one and done. And yeah,
Hmm.
because I use I would use Opus clips to make shorts, but after a while that kind of gets unmotivating because you're like, okay. I had to do
Yeah.
this thing, and you try to make it look right. And it's funny for the shorts thing. A majority of the time, you don't even have to make it look great. People will just take as is, and it's just like you get a lot of views. I'm like, what's the point of putting this much effort?
Yeah. It's pretty sloppy. It's funny how stuff like that just gets around nowadays. Just how.
Yeah,
Mhm. But hey,
yeah,
that's just how shorts now work.
yeah. Doesn't I think you stream on Twitch too, don't you, or not?
Yeah. Well, I would stream on Rumble on the same day. Like I'd multi-stream. So yeah, I'd stream on
Right,
Twitch too.
right. And do you? I think they have their own version of shorts, don't they? Or they just? I think it's called something else.
Oh, it's called stories. It's kind of like just like a
Oh.
yeah, like you would see like on Snapchat or Instagram, something like that. But it's nothing too special.
Yeah, that's what it reminded me of was Instagram when I'd have those story things. I remember when I don't have it anymore, but I
Hmm.
remember you'd have like a picture collage or maybe like a video and a picture or something like that, and it would just go through this collage of stuff, and they would call that stories. Unfortunately, I'm not that social media savvy, so I didn't use it. But
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, no, that's pretty cool. That you multi stream to different places. I've been adamant about, with all the technology that's going on now, that content creators should be sort of doing that instead of, isolating themselves, I guess, to one platform. Because I mean, if you've heard the stories of like what's happened to people who just stream to YouTube or
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, yeah, or there's been some of those stories from Twitch. There's been just a lot of things to show that platforms, you kind of have to be wary of because being on one platform is a higher risk than being on multiple platforms.
Hmm.
Uh, Unless your computer doesn't work, then it doesn't matter at all. Oh goodness. But yeah, I mean, so why do any of this? Like, why do the content creation thing?
Well, I like content creation because I could kind of like I don't know sprinkle on my own creativity, something like that. I just like when I like to watch stuff, I like if I were to watch something, I'm like, I think this guy could have done better here or here, right?
Mm,
Then why? Then I'm like, whatever, I'll just do it myself. So
right.
I kind of just started making my own stuff, kind of like that. Just
Mm-hmm.
yeah,
And yeah, that's I mean, yeah, it's kind of like with you watch other content creators, right? You probably watch some of your
yeah.
favorite ones to learn from them a bit or whatever. Like
Hmm.
who would you watch per
Well,
se?
I who would I watch? Well, I like I don't know if you like know Hunter TV like on Call of Duty. I like to watch him.
Mm-hmm.
I like to watch now like Snappy on because he plays R6. It's always funny to watch that guy and
Nice.
yeah, yeah. And I think they're great people to watch. I think they're sure they're a little bit sometimes a little how do I say brain dead, maybe
Right.
something like that. But I don't know how to say
Yeah.
it the nicest way, but like yeah,
Great. They're there, but they're not there. I
yeah.
think that's another way of putting it. And are they even paying attention to chat yet? I don't think he's even read anything. He's just straight at the camera. Which there are people like that, but it is what it is, unfortunately. But yeah, I that's pretty awesome. And you just watch gamer stuff only, I guess.
No, I like to watch like sometimes like I don't know, sometimes political-ish stuff, like maybe like Asmongold. Some like he's not
Oh,
that political, but
yeah,
yeah, just a little bit of that here and there.
yeah. Do you remember when? Do you remember when there was a whole huge ordeal of when there were those pictures of how dirty his house was?
Yeah, holy that. Yeah, like
That was.
I don't know how you could live in something like that. That's pretty bad. That is pretty bad. Like,
Uh,
is your room that bad or no, or not even
I've
close?
I've kind of I'm not gonna show my room, but I've kind of kept it cleaned up. It's sort of one of those things where I think I remember seeing one of the pictures, and he had the sink just full of dishes. I'm like, really, dude? How
Yeah,
much money you make? How much money you making? And you're living like that? Come on, jeez.
he's on that grind. What could he say?
Better get cleaning up, or that grind's gonna look pretty bad. Goodness sake. Oh my goodness. But I think he did. I think there was someone along the way where I think he did start cleaning up, but who knows if
Mhm.
he stayed clean? Because it's just one of those things when you you sort of see those kind of people and you get behind the scenes. I'm like, I wish I'd never seen that at all. I wish it never. I really did, but maybe it kind of backfired on him to get his place cleaned up because that was. If you ever seen, there's those like TV shows like Hoarders or whatever.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
oh, the worst. Oh my gosh. I almost feel like they collect papers and stuff, and then after a while, you just start seeing these like big rats. Like, holy crap, that's Timmy! Goodness sake! But yeah, no, no, I don't. I've never watched any of Asmund Gold stuff. I know he does gaming a little bit here and there, but he's also kind of like done some commentary stuff too. Like,
Hmm.
um, oh, what was his latest one? There was one he did earlier. I don't know if it was like something about Hassan or something like that, but he was doing
Yeah.
commentary stuff. Yeah, because I know Twitch kind of gets the Hassan and then some other stuff kind of gets a bad rap on Twitch because of what was it long while ago was like all the hot tub stuff.
Yeah, the hot tub streamers.
Oh gosh, I mean, is it? I mean, you're still over there, so do you see that it's still being bad now, or is it still going on?
I think it's like a lot less, but like
Mm,
no, you can see it on any platform. Like sometimes even like Rumble has some of that here and there, but it's gone quickly. So I'd
mm,
say Rumble contains that way better than Twitch.
mm. Now, what do you mean by that for Twitch? Is it just they just don't mess with it, or what do you mean by that?
Like if I were to like, if, let's say somebody there's just I don't know, they're following the guidelines, but they're just on the edge of it.
Yeah,
Yeah, and they just let it slide. Like I don't know if I were to own like something like Twitch, like you shouldn't be able to do most of that. That's not really right.
yeah, yeah. Especially since you have teenagers who go to that platform to watch people like
Yeah,
Gold or Ninja. Ninja
yeah.
is one of them, and or QXQ. I don't know. Do people still watch?
XQC, he's still pretty big. That's what I don't watch him that much or really at all. But like, yeah, I think he's still pretty big. But I'd say more like Jinxie. That would be something, or Queso.
Okay,
Those
so
two.
oh, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah, I heard about that. There was he. I think it was like he won an award or something a while back.
yeah. Gamer or something like that. It's Gamer of the Year, whatever,
Oh,
something like
nice.
that.
Yeah, well, I, you know what, I don't, I'm not too deep in the sphere. So when you kind of hear those kind of things of like, because most of the time you hear that stuff on like Twitter/X, and you hear
Mm-hmm.
about all that new stuff, and who knows how well it's what's the word how well it's delivered because sometimes people like to omit things or whatever. It's a smorgasbord of disaster on Twitter X at times. You aren't sure who you're supposed to listen to, but everyone else seems to think they know. So
Yeah.
there is that degree. But the gaming stuff. Now what? Now do you just mainly do the Minecraft, or do you do
No.
more than?
Well, I don't really do Minecraft anymore. It's like
Oh,
the like Gussie said on yours before, like the 2 week Minecraft phase, kind of. It was
mm.
like that, and then that was like almost a year ago or something like that. And now I've just been stuck on Siege for the last almost a year and Call of Duty. So yeah,
Oh, all right. What's the Siege one?
Rainbow Six Siege.
Oh, okay, that's
Yeah,
right.
yeah, yeah,
Rainbow Six. I forgot about that one because I know COD because I had someone on yesterday who's very heavy in depth in COD cams.
yeah,
Um,
yeah,
so you have COD, and then you have I think there's another one. It's called Warzone, isn't it?
yeah, yeah.
Um,
Well, they're the same thing. They're just on like this. They're same game or whatever, just different game modes or something like that. Yeah, yeah,
yeah, yeah. And I've seen a lot of people play that, but I think one of the biggest ones that's been out there is that Marvel Rivals one, which has
yeah.
been. So have you played that one yet?
No, I'm not a full fan of those like team-based games. Like if I really was, I could go play like Overwatch but even then Overwatch is pretty bad. So like,
Yeah.
nah.
You don't hear very much about Overwatch anymore, do you?
No, I think it's just all because of the greediness of Activision and Blizzard right there.
Oh, yeah, the what was it? Those loot boxes, I think they called it.
No, I think it was before that. They only focused
Oh.
on like the whole reason of Overwatch 2 was it was going to be a bigger story-based game, but
Hmm.
then Activision got rid of it, the story-based part, and that
Huh.
just a whole bunch of people lost faith in it, and then they marketed off of cosmetics and stuff like
Mm,
that. So
yeah.
yeah,
Sort of sounds familiar to what Fortnite does, but that's a little more different. Now
little bit.
that's a surprising one though. Fortnite has been around since
17, something like
2017.
that. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like 8 years now. Holy crap. Jeez. Holy crap. They've been adding like I think they've worked they've done the Marvel stuff. They've had some Marvel things on
Oh
there.
yeah.
Yeah.
They
Some
have a
of
whole
the
bunch of stuff on there. Yeah.
Oh yeah. They're always adding new stuff. I think uh they were adding a bunch of the other stuff not too long ago. I can't remember what it was. I know they've added some horror stuff. I know they did like the Freddy Krueger and all that. That was
Oh
one.
yeah. Hmm.
And oh, what's another one? They've musicians. They've added some musicians in. Like I saw like Metallica once or something like that. It's incredible of how far that's come. But for 8 years, that's insane.
Mm.
That's insane. Instead of it coming here. But have you played that one as well?
Fortnite.
Yeah.
Yeah. When I was younger, I played that. That was almost like the only game I would ever play. But nowadays,
Mm.
like not that much. It's Fortnite. It's only focused now on just getting the player counts up and only on their players. Like it's not like OG 2017,
Right.
They only cared about getting the updates and all. Like they cared about making players have fun. Now they just want money. So it's hey, that's just how it is now.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I believe they added. They're redoing those OG seasons. I believe, but are they not
Hmm.
the same to you?
Sorry, what? But
I
I heard
said,
that.
are they not the same to you? The OG seasons that they did.
No. Well, I think it's just it doesn't really feel that OG. All these it like they gotta have the OG graphics. They gotta have
Mm,
OG skins, stuff like that. Because
mm.
I don't want to run into like Ice Spice and Snoop Dogg. Like, come on, I don't want to do that.
Hey, you never know. You could get into a dance off. There's something there. You could, you could like, look, guys, I'm a little busy. I don't need this dance off. But yeah, I mean, I can understand that because again, they didn't start doing with what do they call that? Collaborations and stuff with artists or
Yeah,
whatnot.
yeah.
Because I know they've been like those event things that they have, right? They've had marshmallow was the first one, was the
Hmm.
first event that they had for Fortnite, and then I believe the one after that was Travis Barker or Baker, I can't remember,
You mean
and
Travis Scott?
oh, Travis Scott. That you know what
Yeah.
it's been a while because I mean someone's uploaded like the continuation of all those event videos. I know Ariana Grande had one. That
Hmm.
obviously was one, and I think the last one was with Snoop Dogg. That was the
Yeah.
last one.
Well, and
So
they got Snoop Dogg, Eminem, and Ice
oh, this
Spice,
yeah,
and
that's right.
now they got Sabrina Carpenter. So
That's right. Yeah, yeah. That's it. That's interesting. For me though, right? For me on that end of the event stuff, I really do believe that you if an artist is willing to work with, you could really use that as sort of like a live concert sort of thing, right? In Fortnite, where I don't really think you could see anything similar like that anywhere else, as far as I've seen. But that'd be like what would be called? It'd be sort of like the online concert get-togetherness, if you will, right? Get a bunch
yeah.
of people, get very, whatever favorite band is yours. They come on, they do their thing, and you have this sort of get together with all these different people, and certain actions happen and whatnot. Like with Marshmello, the first one day had like what one point during his music that like people would fly and all that sort of thing. It's really interesting what they could do with it. But again, like you said, there's a whole money aspect, which I mean, I can't imagine what it costs them to run those servers
Oh
and the
yeah.
people they hire.
But they do have like a Fortnite festival, like where you
Yeah,
are the musician basically, and usually every season does end with an event basically. So like
yeah,
last I remember, Chapter 2, Season 1 or 2 remix, they had a concert at the end. So yeah,
yeah, yeah. And they also have the Rocket one.
yeah.
Um,
Nobody plays that one anymore. It's pretty dead.
Really?
Yeah, there's only like usually only 5 to 10,000 daily players. It's pretty low.
Wow. I wonder if it's because no one likes. Because I know it's in conjunction with like Rocket League, right? Like Rocket League is to
Yeah.
work with, and they have that whole ordeal. I wonder if it's just people like more the Rocket League thing rather than the racing thing.
Yeah, I think it's that, and also they just I don't know. I don't know if they updated it enough. Maybe that's the thing. Like they need more maps, stuff like that.
Yeah, more
I don't know.
maps. Yeah, because they only have what 3 to 4 as far as I've seen,
Mm-hmm.
and it's really not. I mean, I haven't played the festival one either, but I will say that the Lego one was an interesting one.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've played that quite a bit too. So for them to kind of conjoin up, because I know Lego did their whole Lego Worlds a few years ago, right? Like they came out with Lego Dimensions or something like that,
Yeah.
and for them to work with Fortnite to do their own Lego thing. I mean, I think that one might be a pretty big one, but I'm not too sure. It's been a while since I've played. When you do this whole content creation thing, it's like I have a full-time job as well. So it's between that and this, and there's not much time for anything else. It is what it is. But I enjoy it all the same. So, there's that. But I mean, for you and doing this, do you enjoy that and doing, playing games and stuff for the
Yeah,
content creation?
I like playing games a lot. It's I don't know. It's kind of like it makes me pass the time quicker. It's
Yeah.
very fun.
Yeah.
Except Call of Duty. I get so pissed off in that game. I could just lose it.
Oh, you just because keep losing or something, or
No, it's that, and now I could die to a guy camping on a building, or just some
oh
guy or sometimes my bullets aren't connecting due to I don't know the servers and all that. Like
no.
there's clips of skill based I don't know bullets and something like that. Like if you were to shoot some of mine might not even count. It goes on like that. But like yeah, it's stuff like that. I just lose it.
Just like, oh, it lagged again. Curses.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I thought it would have been like the stuff like you'd have like the 11-year-old sign cursing you out. I thought that would have been a big deterrent. I'm I'm surprised there are kids that young playing Call of Duty, because that one's like, look, kid, I get you want to play the game, but can you kind of tone it down a bit?
Yeah, yeah.
Jeez.
I kind of do hate it that kids are playing Call of Duty because Call of Duty used to be able to like trash talk people and
Mhm,
I don't know do like say funny things to people and
mhm.
like sure you could get rid of like slurs and shit. Am I allowed to say
You're
like
fine. Yeah, you're fine.
all right you're allowed to get like rid of slurs and shit like that. Like I'm fine with
Yeah.
getting rid of that, but like I don't know why you'd want to ban people for like I don't know some chat stuff and like that because now they have AI moderating proximity chat and it's I don't know it's kind of
Mm,
weird that they just do that now because I should be able to write like ass and all that in like the Call of Duty chat because they have a
yeah.
live chat right on the right of the games. So yeah,
Nice. That was what I was talking to her Cams yesterday too. Is that the whole chat moderation thing? Because it seems like I think it was like a few years ago that they implemented that.
yeah,
Um,
like one or two something like that. Yeah,
yeah, because that's just. I mean, I get there are stories of where the COD lobby would just be a downpour of so many slurs. You wish it would rain a little bit to wash some of that away. Um, but yeah, for some it's not what it used to be, and again, you have young kids on there who
shouldn't
regardless
be
of being
on there.
yeah, who shouldn't be on there, but they are because they've got access to the game. So your mother was a whore. Really, gosh, kid, get to taking a nap. I'm 5 years old. Seriously, take a nap. Goodness sake. But yeah, I've never really played any of those games. I mean, the only thing I've played that's close to that sort of thing was like maybe not even on online like that, but the like Medal of Honor was sort of like one of those
Oh
combatant games.
wow, Medal of
Yeah,
Honor. Jeez,
yeah.
that's was that 2004 or five, something like
That
that.
GameCube era. That was the
Yeah.
GameCube era. Yeah, and of course I don't think online was really as much as it is now because you'd have to buy an adapter for that, and I'm not gonna
hmm
buy an adapter to be honest. But yeah, that was like early 2000s, and you know, GameCube and all that stuff. But I enjoyed playing that kind of game because I mean, there was, of course, you had Call of Duty out back then, and then you
Yeah.
had oh, what was the other one? I think it's like Rainbow Six was out back then too, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
Counter Strike.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's right, Counter Strike.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's that right there too. Yeah, I completely forgot about that. But yeah, it's just a lot of oldie games out there that I um never played in that regard. But there's some like Medal of Honor that I did, and I just played the story mode stuff. I'm not really, you know, too in depth and like multiplayer because look, you can like with Fortnite, there's only so many times you can play before you have to walk away. Otherwise, you're gonna like strangle yourself because you're like can't keep getting killed.
Yep. Yep.
Oh my goodness! But I like to play casual and lone slow. All right, so that way you hide in the bushes. Someone walks by you, just take him out.
I
All
bet
right.
you love Call of Duty now. They got the OG Verdansk back, so you love to be. I bet you like to be hiding in, I don't know, the bushes or in the snow or something like that. Just
I'll do.
learn.
I'll do the snake version, just hide in a cardboard box. Snake, snake! Shh! I'm trying to beat this guy. Oh my goodness. Um, no, I've seen some of those videos, and man, I probably wouldn't make it past the first 3 minutes because you're sniped out within like the first few minutes. I'm like, no,
Yeah.
it's not gonna happen. It's the same way with Fortnite. I've been sniped out within the first few minutes. I'm like, come on, I just jumped off the bus. Can I just get a break? So I haven't really gone. But again, I like I said earlier, there's sometimes there's just not enough. And with Steam being where well, I get games on Steam, obviously, and then
hmm
there's of course Epic, the Epic Store as well, which you can get free games too. They
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
free games, and the funny thing is, once you get the free game, it's with you forever, so you can re-download it on that regard. But yeah, I just I have over like 200 games in my Steam site. I'm like, I can't play any of these. It's like I had to stop buying games because I couldn't even play any of the games I bought.
Well, why are you getting crapped on by like little kids or what?
No.
Oh.
It's just time thing. It's just a time thing.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
because I have a full time job beyond the scope.
Yeah. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and so you really, especially again when you're doing content creation, you give time to that. Of course, I tried doing like the video stuff. I don't do edited video because it does take a lot out. You hear these stories of people like posting on Twitter. It's like I'm doing this 20-minute video. I'm spending a few hours on it. I'm like, why? You're spending 3 hours on one 20-minute video. That's like insane. Oh man, but it's still big over on YouTube, so it is what it is.
Yep, yep. But if you're thinking 3 hours per video is pretty bad, you should see how long it takes me to get like a 4 minute video out. Like it takes quite a while.
How long? What's your longest?
Phew. Well, and for one of my 8 minute videos, I spent almost 10 hours editing.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
Hey, I have to go through stages just trying to get all these finalized over here. Like I have to first get the clip, then I have to get all the clips then, and then I have to, I don't know, add some like effects and filters, and then I have to edit it to make it look smoother, and then
Mhm.
got to add some memes in there because I love making .exe meme videos, etc.
Yeah.
You know what those are, right? Like a .exe stuff like that.
I think I've heard of them. Usually the ones are like the Brian ones are the memes, like the Raptor memes from a long time ago.
No,
They used to have like, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I
Memes.
never heard of that. No.
Oh yeah, they were like on Reddit a long time ago. You have like the old. Let's see if I can't find the template. Raptor meme. Oh nope, that's not how I do it. Okay. It'd be like ones involving this picture right here. So like that one right there, that'd be the involvement of a meme. Like this, these are memes right here. Why do pros make fun of noobs if they were noobs to begin with?
Yeah.
So you have stuff like that or you have like this one right here.
Oh yeah, that's a classic. Yep.
Yeah. Then you have this one right here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's Kendrick Lamar. Kendrick
No,
Lamar.
that's Drake.
Drake. Oh, that's right, Drake.
Yeah.
Then you have the Uno card one. Then you have the Bernie Sanders one. Then you have this one and that one. There's a bunch of them, but this one now is pretty good. This one's
Hmm.
an oldie but a goodie. Then you have this one. There's a lot of them, but those are the type of meme types I was talking about. So, but you're
Yeah.
probably talking about a different set of ones
Yeah. Yeah.
that I've not heard. So I'm pretty much too old. I remember when memes were actually starting to become a thing, because that's when like the Raptor one was starting to come out and a few others. This is a long time ago. It was like maybe 2010s, around that time was when memes started to become popular. But you add those to your videos and you add effects and all this stuff. 10 hours, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
You either you love the craft or you're looking for something out of it. But man, that's rough. That's rough.
Hey, I find it to be pretty fun. Just it's kind of like art, you know?
Yeah, yeah, I can get that. Because thumbnails, right? Like I'm pretty
Mm.
sure you make thumbnails for yourself as well. Um, or do you not?
I do. I
You,
do. Yeah. Yeah.
okay. What program do you use to make your thumbnails?
I use Photoshop. It's pretty
Really?
fun.
It's not the Adobe one, is it?
Yeah. Yeah. Adobe
Okay.
Photoshop. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Because I know they kind of charge you for paying for certain parts of the product,
Yeah.
but I use Canva for mine because that's just easy to use sort of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Um, but I do know that there was some issue with Adobe a while back where if people wanted to cancel, they had to pay to leave. I think that was like the issue a while back. It's like they're trying to leave, and it's like, no, you owe this certain amount to leave. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It's insane. If a company does that, that's just insane. I
Hmm.
can't believe that. But no, that's pretty awesome that you kind of do that, and you do enjoy doing that sort of stuff, or do you like enjoy making the content in the video stuff, or do you
Yeah.
skip that
I
whole
I
process?
like that a little bit more than making the thumbnail. It's just the thumbnail is more just like a task, or like kind of like a chore. You have to do it in order to promote your video, basically.
Yeah, because I know because of how long YouTube has been around and stuff, there's a lot of that kind of goes into that, and I know people trying to catch onto the algorithm, whatever, make the thumbnail that looks like it'll be catchy and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I have a bit of a I try, but I don't do that whole ordeal of all that stuff because I just do this thing because I enjoy doing it, and I don't know what for other people, because again, once you get into that monetization side of it and all that stuff, who's playing for what, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So especially since many make a business out of it. So I mean, is that what you want to do? All me is do all the gaming stuff and whatnot for content creation, or something else beyond it?
Well, like I've been streaming since I don't know, not streaming, making videos since probably 2020, something like that. I've been on YouTube the most, and
Right.
I just quit for like 2 full years, and then went on to Rumble here. But yeah, I did try out like there's what's it called, like it's
Hmm.
streamers that would like not streamers like kind of like Asmongold. I kind of like make content or like oh, this is the big news right now, or stuff like
Hmm.
that. What's that called? It's
Is it like my channel is under attack sort of thing, or what? What are you
no,
trying to?
no. I'm just like it's like I don't know. Let's say for example, this guy said something on Twitch, and I would make like, hey guys, this guy just said this and this, but like I'm
Hmm.
I'm kind of over exaggerating it, kind
Yeah,
of.
yeah,
Yeah.
like bait, like a bait, clickbait stuff.
No,
No.
not clickbait, but just kind of like just news around the area, but like it's like
Hmm.
community. It's called community something. I don't know. It's like
Spotlight.
no, no,
Um,
no, not spotlight. I don't know. It's something like that. Just I would like, for example, like let's say uh some guy said something pretty bad. I'd make a video like this guy just said this and this. Like it's kind of like news, just news on YouTube, kind of like that. Yeah,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know there's the drama stuff. That seems to
yeah,
be pretty.
stuff like that. Yeah,
Yeah. It seems to be a lot of that, especially with and beyond the scope of other content creators, but like Hollywood, entertainment industry, and stuff. And more power to the people who want to do that. I mean, content creation is what you want to make of it. Don't listen to me about that. But for I just personally can't do it because it feels so overdone.
yeah,
Like if you want to get attention, right, from the algorithm, whatever you want, you play those cards because that's what gets the attention, more or less.
yeah,
I mean, you already see enough of these content creators who do like the one I said earlier, like, oh, my channel's under attack, or like this person had a bad take, or you have the woke and all this other stuff, sort of thing. It's it's understandable in the case of why people do it, but for me, it also feels very draining because it feels like a lot of people are missing out on a lot of different opportunities rather than just 24/7 news kind of stuff, right? Like, oh, look, fire in Cambodia or something like that, or and they stay on that for like half a day, and then you just like go on to the next thing. It's a lot of different stuff.
hmm
But yeah, no, about more power to it. People who want to do that. I just can't up that grifting. Is that what you would call it? I guess there's some people who call it grifting, um, sort of like that. But it depends, really, because I mean, you got rage bait, clickbait,
yeah, yeah.
drama tubing. I think is one of them, or something to that effect. It's just a lot of like I don't know. It feels for me. It feels like when monetization became part of the content creation field, and again, when YouTube first started out, people were just posting videos for the heck of it, right? Like they were just posting videos of whatever they wanted. It was just a spotlight thing. But when monetization became part of it, it did feel like it changed things to okay. So now that I'm getting paid for it, now I need all those views and stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And it just feels like it kind of cheats, not maybe not cheats, but it kind of cheapens what content creation at its core is. It's just creating because you want to see a DIY thing, right? Or you want to see someone play an almost impossible game and beat it, right? Or a game they've always had difficulty of because they've said so, and they show they're playing it and getting it. Just a lot of different things, but so our fishing channels are referred to as mess. Only if you put on the right bait. Only if you put on the right bait. Oh snap! I'm fed up with all these Adens on screen. All right, that's pushing it. That's pushing. Nice to see you, and see how are you? But yeah, it's just it's sort of like again, it's sort of like when X started monetization on there, and you saw a lot of people just bait posts and engagement posts and all this sort of stuff. It felt very like they weren't putting stuff out there just because they were putting stuff out there so they get paid for it. I'm just like, why?
Yeah,
Beyond this,
yeah.
yeah. Again, it just feels like it cheapens that ordeal of why someone creates. Because I mean, there's a lot of things to learn out of this, right? Like you're making thumbnails, you're editing videos. The skills you can learn out of that are pretty either beginner stage or exploratory because you can use those later on, right? Uh, movies or TV shows or certain like home stuff, right? Like
hmm
um, people who get hired for videography, like a wedding or something. Not saying you would. I'm just saying that's one of those. That's one of those occasions. That bride's looking a little off. Um, but there's skills to learn out of it, which is great, right? I mean, that's you learn stuff out of it. But I I feel like that once monetization became part of the whole process, it kind of cheapened that ordeal. And maybe I'm alone to that or not, but at the end of the day, um, why do content creators create? What's the what is with the if they didn't if people weren't monetized to create content, would they still create it? That would be the biggest question I'd ask people. Like if you weren't monetizing on any of your platforms, would you still be creating?
Well, if I were like it just depends. Like
Mhm.
eventually I'll have to go to like a university or a college, and then I'll have to put this kind of like on hold for a while. So
Yeah.
my goal is to at least try to get big enough beforehand that happens, which is getting pretty slimmer by the day. But I just want to make sure I could at least get a little bit that could, I don't know, keep me going for a bit. That'd be very nice. So then I could
Mhm.
focus still on this. That'll be good.
Mhm. So you're wanting to go to a school then, or like a college.
Not that I would want to, but just that I would, in order for me to keep moving on in life, I think I might have to. So,
Right. Well, because I know other people have like their differences of what they view on college and its worth, but for
mhm.
you, if you're not already in it, what is your view on the worth of college?
Well, first off, it's expensive as hell. That's
Right.
like, I don't know why, but yeah, I'm gonna have to spend a whole bunch of money on books and shit. So
Mm.
it's gonna be annoying as hell once I get to there.
Yeah.
And yeah, I bet I'm gonna have to work pretty hard for that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're already working hard enough now, so I mean, what more work do you want? So I
See,
mean,
that's the
what?
problem. Now I'm gonna have to sacrifice one or the other. But yeah.
Yeah. I mean, what would you want to go for then? Because usually, depending on what you want to go for, it depends on the
Yeah.
variance of it. But what would you wanna actually do, or try
Well,
to
I'm
do?
I'm in that stage where I'm not fully sure. I'm just playing
Yeah.
it by ear right now. That's kind of what
Yeah.
I'm doing.
Yeah, and that's the tricky part, especially when a lot of money is involved to
Oh
go do those things. But I mean, you're already enjoying something now, so would it be of interest if it was sort of in the same vein of what you're kind of learning from content creation? Would that be something, or
If
beyond
I
that?
would I would like to have the opportunity to do something like that, but it's just I don't know. You don't see that often.
Yeah, well, again, it's the skills learned from it, right? Like video editing, which there are a lot of people out there. Is gonna major in the history of geological rock formations. Yeah, yeah, okay. And see, those dad jokes right there. Um, but uh, but I mean, there again, like you're talking about those the skills from that, like video editing and whatnot. I mean, there's stuff people people hire. I've seen other bigger content creators who hire video editors to kind of take care of that portion, and all that stuff. Uh, what if like you know down the line someone saw how good you did and then hired you for that? Would that be something?
I would like to get involved with something like that, but the problem is that you're kind of now just I don't know, you're depending on somebody. You're depending on the
Hmm.
creator. Like what happens if like I don't know, I've heard so many stories of this that just creators just stop funding their editors or they give them
Interesting.
impossible due dates, stuff like that.
Mhm.
That's why I don't know, I wouldn't be sure on doing
Right.
that. Yeah.
Right. Well, and they probably from your stories they probably get stuck to like one person, right? Like it's still
Mhm.
one content creator, which is which again is kind of sucky because if you have these skills, hey, Slutty Pie, if you have these skills of video editing, you would figure that you would be putting yourself out there more beyond the scope than one person because obviously, if you're good at what you do, right, you wouldn't just stick to one person or you wouldn't allow yourself to be stuck to one person. So, I mean, there's all that opportunity, but like, what are the stories? Because as you said, you've heard some. What are some of the stories you've heard that have kind of sort of dissuade you from being as a direction to that?
Well, something I heard was that there's like I don't know some I think it's some guy on Minecraft or whatever. Like more of like a younger guy. He just
Mm,
didn't pay his editors. He more focused on himself. Kind of
yeah,
got pretty greedy. And
yeah,
I don't want to be. It's a pretty I don't know sketchy place out there if you're like a
yeah,
video editor because it takes time editing stuff. Like
yeah,
if you're working between multiple people and then also you have your income. Like you're
yeah.
gonna have to really dial it in just to get stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, and that's a scary thing, especially when you're, if like you said, if you're on multiple people and you're sort of kind of juggling multiple people,
Yeah.
there's that risk of things. But I mean, again, life is sort of like that, where you're already risking enough as it is, in different areas. Nothing is guaranteed. Like you can go to a regular job, and that job isn't guaranteed to you because they can just let you go willy nilly.
Yeah.
And so, but I mean, if your skill is really good at video editing, I would think of someone of that caliber, you wouldn't really have hard much finding because it's usually about your skill and name recognition, right? Like Aden Fett. Aden Fett is
Fat.
like no Fett. It's Fett, right?
Yeah, I thought I heard you say Aden Fat. So
No, you could put that in there before the Fett part. Aden Fett, something like that.
yeah, yeah. Oh, and I don't know. I don't know. Say this in a mean way, but you did spell my name wrong. It's not with an E. It's with an A. It's spelled pretty weird. I wouldn't. Yeah,
Yeah. I just missed one vowel. All right, I'll get it
yeah.
right next time. I'll get it right.
No, that's
But
all good. All good.
and your NC's asking, are you a meme king?
Am I a
Mhm.
meme king? Well, I don't know. I focus on making .exe meme content. Uh, I would like to say I would be, but I stream, so I don't know. You can't really make memes while you're streaming, so I don't know.
Possibly though, you
Oh,
possibly could. You could, just like I was showing you all those template stuff there. You could make a stream where you're making memes on the stream. So
well, by memes, I don't really make. I mean by like templates and pictures. I mean like meme videos, if like like with
okay.
sound effects and
Yeah.
stuff like that. Like yeah.
Mhm. Have you ever thought about doing that, like showing the behind the process of how you work things, or have you ever done that?
If I were to do something like that, I'd like to at least have more of an audience to do something like that.
Hmm.
Then yeah, I'd do more. Yeah.
Well, I mean, you don't have to live stream it if you don't want to. There are people that like do video
Hmm.
editing of that. There's people. There was one gentleman I saw who uses Unreal Engine, and he makes stuff from it. Like he was doing this sort of picture some photography or whatever, where he takes pictures of this building and he does it all around the building, and he takes all those pictures and makes a 3D model of that within Unreal and all that stuff. But he shows the behind the scenes of how he does it, or in the quicker fashion, right? It's not like 10-hour video; it's more like 20-minute. But I mean, people do enjoy the kind of seeing thing where you kind of show them, the behind the scenes of like all the painstaking, all the painstaking work you put into this project, all the blood, sweat, and tears.
Yeah. Yeah. It's just I'm afraid like if I were to do something like that, I'm kind of pushing away from my original content. And then if I were to push away from my content and I get all these new viewers that want to see me, I don't know, make how I make my videos and all that, then I'm kind of losing my opportunity. I'm not. No, it's more like I'm getting a different audience than I'm kind of wanting. You know what I mean?
Right. And
Yeah. Yeah.
so what? So are you wanting more gamer audience? What's the audience you're trying to aim for?
I'm trying to, yeah, kind of like that. That's more of my audience because if you're getting an audience that wants to learn how to do this and that, once they learn, they're good to go. They don't really need you anymore, Kind of like something. Yeah.
True, true. You do have a point. I also think there's a possibility because of personality, right? If you have really good personality, people stick around for that. Or if you do like a live stream sort of thing, they kind of stick around just to chat with you about whatever. Because people do kind of stick around for those kind of people with a good kind of personality or how they do things. Because I mean, again, you have these people that do how to do videos, and of course, some of them make thousands upon thousands of views, whatever on. And, and Aiden is gonna sneak into a Navy SEAL school and film himself blending in. I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it. I was like, "Who are you, soldier?" I'm here, sir. I'm here.
Hey, I wouldn't be talking like that. I'd be talking in a very nice deep voice. I'd easily sneak in. They wouldn't see me coming.
I'm here, sir. I'm ready
Yep.
for
Yeah.
battle. that would be. So did you get the footage? Like, no, man. He caught me and crashed to the ground. I was like, oh man, it's so bad. But no, that'd be pretty interesting though. But I don't want you to get court-martialed, so don't do that. You see yourself in the paper. Young man sneaks into Navy, gets tossed out in butt. Um, but no, yeah, I can understand that though. You wanna keep to a certain audience, but I do think there's since you're talking about opportunity, I think there's an opportunity in almost everything. It's just how much you allow yourself to see and where you're willing to look. And sometimes you don't have to look at all; it just pops in front of you. But I can understand where you're trying to come from. But anyway, it is the top of the hour, and so what that means is that I set aside some time for us to promote our stuff. You know, you promote your stuff, I'll promote my stuff after that, and all that sort of stuff. I did pull your links that I could find through your bio on Twitter X are down there, but if you want to sell yourself the old-fashioned way, you know, saying it, the floor is yours.
All right. I don't know. All you guys watching, I'm on YouTube. I make meme videos like .exe videos, stuff like that, and I am on Twitch and Rumble. I don't stream that often anymore, but hey, I wouldn't mind a little follow here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's you know, and again, all his links are down below, including his Twitter X1. His Twitter/X1 is down there as well. So if you want to see where his main point is at, and then you can follow his other stuff because you've put it in your bio on there as well, your links. There is that. But again, give him a look, and if he's worth the follow, why not? Right? Why not? He's doing all this stuff. He's enjoying the process, so why not give him a look and see how it goes? But anyway, for my end of things, um, whether you're on the Rumble side or the YouTube side, because I do stream to both platforms, I put both of my stuff on both platforms. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or follow, anything that helps with the you know, the engagement factor is much appreciated, because at the end of the day, not only does it help in being seen more, like all content creators want, they want to be seen more a little bit here and there. It also helps having other people on, like Aden, like Gussie, like Clem the Sim, who's in chat, and like so many other people. At the end of the day, it's just about having conversations with other people, regardless of whether you're a content creator or not. I don't care if you're a content creator or not. I just care if you're a person willing to take up the opportunity just to have a conversation about whatever. And you've already seen like a little over an hour of that. So any help with engagement factor on either end is much appreciated. And of course, I have a link down below. Just like Aiden's down there, I have my own link. And you can go down there. You can see like my Twitter X, my emails down there in that link. I've also got a link to like my Discord, but it's mostly just DMing. I don't run a server. There's only so much social media I can handle at the end of the day, so I don't do that. But any help with the engagement factor, of course, that link down below, much appreciated. And of course, do not forget that the surveys are running that I'm doing for my Rumble, Rumble that I've been doing around for a while, for the last just 2 weeks, are still going. So it's going until tomorrow afternoon at noon or 12 p.m. Eastern, because I live in an Eastern time zone. So there's that. So posting. So that is the one, to the creator survey, and of course, give me one more second, and then of course. Uh, oh, hold on. And then of course I've got one for the viewer. Again, if you view yourself as a creator, there's one for you on your perspective. If you're a viewer, there's one for you on your perspective. If you view yourself as both, that's fine too. You can do both. At the end of the day, this data, these forums collect the data in which a multitude of people can see what many are saying on issues and wish list stuff and all this stuff. It's about collecting data at the end of the day to trying to see what people are saying on this or that. Like I'm telling you, there are people who are saying stuff about how people are found, like how are other people found on the Rumble website, right? Are they found through the search, or are they found through other content creators? Like what are people's experience with an issue of like when a live stream's going on? Is it stuttering? Is it lagging? Is it freezing? All that sort of stuff, or wish list stuff, like what kind of new feature would they like to see, or what kind of feature that's out there now would they like to see improved, and all those sorts of questions. I know they're a bit both long, and of course they are not gonna that amount is not gonna remain the same for Maze, but for right now it is what it is, because it is collecting a lot of different data, especially data based upon our March one. So if you're a creator, if you're a viewer, if you see yourself as both, you have until noon tomorrow or 12 p.m. Eastern tomorrow to take those surveys, because at the end of the day, every bit counts. Every bit counts, and when they're done and over, I'll be showing sort of the final. I'll be showing those results from those surveys on 26th, the Saturday, because I have my Rumble squared and I'll have many guests on with me. But after that, a few days after that, I'll be having I guess I'll be back. But after that, I have the total of the data. There he is. He's back.
I misclicked. Okay.
I was like, oh no, what happened? Oh no. He's like, see, now it's not just the old folk who have issue with technology. Sometimes the younger people have issue with it too. So, but anyway, but yes, that's the creator one. That's the viewer one. You have until 12 p.m. Eastern tomorrow to take them if you wish. If you've already taken them, thank you. If you have not, I appreciate all feedback, because at the end of the day, this data is going to be put out there for you guys to see what everyone else is saying, and hopefully help in turn to help improve Rumble, because look, I know there's a lot of people frustrated out there with Rumble. I know there's some things they wish they had over other platforms on Rumble, but at the end of the day, I believe trying to collect that data and showing proof of, rather than just relying on a few people's words, is a lot better, because you can have a group of people saying that this is the majority issue, and I go through my survey and find out maybe that's not the case. So there's that. But yeah, 12 p.m. Eastern tomorrow is the last when they end. So appreciate you all the same. So yeah, that's fine. But and then one last thing I do is I have this. Nope, not that. I gotta get some stuff. Curses. But I do. Give me 1 second. There is also one more thing I have down below. I actually. Okay, let me get that. There we go. So down below, among my links in the description, quickly I put in some. I entered into a partner program of a company called Proton. They're about privacy and security, email, VPN, all that stuff. I entered in thinking I wouldn't get in because it really wasn't for the money. I was just trying to see if I could get in. To my surprise, the day after I entered in, they said, okay, you're in. And I'm still surprised to this very day. So I'm not a marketer. I'm not a salesperson. I'm just someone who uses the product, and I'm promoting the product because I believe in what they're trying to do. So what Proton, they give me a couple different links, but the one I'm promoting is their mail portion. So what it is, their Proton mail, they do a bunch of different things, but a few things I'll mention. There's one, they allow you to use an alias email, which means that you don't have to, when you enter and say like you're going to Facebook or you're going to a new social media site or whatever, you don't have to use your direct email. You can use a mask or alias email that will work, and you could use that in place of, and it will direct that mail to your actual email address. So if you are someone who doesn't want to use your actual email or whatever, guess what? You'll have an alias email you can use that they'll create on the spot, and that will direct to your original email address. They also are in help for scamming emails, stuff like that. There are a lot of people get hit with scamming emails, and I'm telling you, always read your emails, because if you open an email and it's an urgent thing or whatever, and they're asking for money or whatnot, you always want to read those, because it could be a scam. And but Proton Mail helps with that. I'm putting the link to for both ends. There we go. You can go and check it out. They offer a 30-day free sort of thing. If you don't like it, don't pay for it. They have a free version. That's okay too. At the end of the day, I'm just promoting a product that they're more about privacy and security. I may get nothing, people won't check it out. I may not get nothing from it, but at the end, it's not about the money. It's about the product that promotes security and financial. And again, you're on the internet, right? The internet is not 100%. The internet is not 100%, so do not look to them for being 100%, because no one on the internet is. But at the end of the day, promoting this product, I use it every day. If I could use Justice, I would, but I don't know what else is connected to my AOL and iCloud, so I kind of have to keep those. So it's like, I can't look up where anything else is at for those. So again, link in the chat. Check it out if you want. If you don't, that's fine. It's just promoting a product I use and believe in, and they are about security because they're based in Switzerland. So and Switzerland is known for the very strict privacy laws. It's more stricter than the U.S. Obviously, if you want to talk about privacy laws, the U.S. ain't it. Switzerland is. So there's that. I'm done. I'm done now. But I wanted to put that out there because I am part of it, and who knows how long I'll last. So it is what it is. But yeah. So going back to the previous part, you've been using Rumble for a while, and of course you're on multiple places. So what has your experience been in the comparison of just the whole of the platforms you use?
Like you mean like stuff that Rumble could be missing, stuff like that? Is that what you're thinking?
Well, just your experience in the use of. Like, I
Oh,
mean, you could like issues you have, or you could say like stuff that you'd like them to have, but more
hmm
like issues that you kind of see. Because again, you're using YouTube, you're using Twitch. Those are two very big platforms owned by
hmm
very big companies. YouTube by Google, Twitch by Amazon, and yes, Twitch is owned by Amazon. If no one
Yeah.
knew. But so what has your experience and kind of perspective been on that sort of thing?
Well, I think Rumble, they're they have communities that are just that are so good. Like you got the gaming community. There are lots of
Mhm,
good people there. Like yeah, like Lumpy, Mrs. Mam, Cat
mhm,
Dog, a whole bunch of them,
mhm,
and lots of good people out there. I think that's something. It's also that's something you see more because Rumble's a little bit. They have more smaller. It's
yeah.
a little bit more smaller, so you get to know more people, kind of. Unlike
Mhm,
YouTube, where they have like, was it like 3 point some billion people on their app
mhm.
daily? So yeah,
Jeez.
yeah. And then you got like Twitch. Same goes for Twitch. Twitch and YouTube are nearly like the same thing. You could find any Joe Blow on Twitch,
Mhm,
but yeah.
mhm. So, but I mean, um, so in comparison to both YouTube and Twitch, what do you feel like where do you feel Rumble's at with that comparison? Because they're gonna be compared too.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
the case. But where do you see that comparison?
I don't think that Rumble and YouTube should be really much compared because I think they're kind of a little bit on different. They're kind of a little bit different. YouTube is more strictly a video making platform. We
Mhm,
could both agree on that, like shorts
mhm,
and videos.
mhm,
Rumble, you could make videos, but chances are you don't really see many videos on Rumble, right? You're more
mhm,
watching live streams, stuff like that.
mhm,
I think that's something that people need to look at a little bit more, just because, yeah,
mhm. So that would make it more Twitch
Twitch,
related
yeah.
then. Which is understandable because you have Twitch and then you have Kick, which is just a
hmm
Twitch clone. But I think I think with YouTube, which is still in many considered the king of platforms, I think the point of that is that they do three different things, which is edited video content or long form content, whichever you want to call it, shorts, obviously, and then live streaming because they do those three different things, which are part of their ordeal. And
Yeah,
Rumble, like you said, Rumble does some video stuff, but I think the attention has been more turned to live streaming. But
yeah, yeah.
it's kind of hard for people who do just edited video content to move over to Rumble because it doesn't get very much notice, is what I've heard and seen as well. And for people like that, some people are just edited video content only, which is understandable, which is fine, right? You create the content you want to do, right? Like you do. But if Rumble kind of wants to get beyond that, then they kind of have to have their recommendation engine or whatever you want to call it be balanced to those arenas because at the end of the day, people still like edited video content. They still like being able to watch videos that are cut down and all stuff like you do, right? With your cutting down to all that, but also they some like shorts. Some people get a lot of views from shorts, and also there's a live streaming factor as well, which I don't know if it's too big or not on YouTube, but I know with the synergy of all three things it kind of is beneficial in a way. It just works, and I think that's from what I keep hearing and seeing, that kind of is what a dismail for people wanting to join Rumble because they already have these other platforms that just work.
hmm
Basically,
Yeah,
Twitch just works. YouTube just works. So people ask themselves, okay, so I have issues with the live stream freezing, or I have to refresh the page or something like that. Because I know you do more edited video content, so maybe that's not too big for you. But maybe again, with edited video content, you're not seeing a lot of views on your stuff, and you're trying to, grow and be something more before you go off to something more. I mean, yeah. What is your? Do you have a big concern on Rumble, or do you just kind of like, I'm fine as is?
I think it's pretty fine. I like if they have, like Gussie said on your show before. I like if they have channel points. That would be just awesome. Engage
Hmm.
more with the viewers. That'd be pretty
Hmm.
cool.
Well, I know there's that, and I think there's another one like crowd controls, another sort of thing. But I mean, in all honesty, from my last survey that I did in March, which had like around 200 total responses, channel points was not even the biggest thing people wanted, to be
Oh,
honest. People wanted, what was it? People wanted, um, oh shoot. I'm gonna have to uh, look it up now because I can't remember. I know it's either I know content filtration, like oldest, newest, popular, that sort of thing. People wanted that, but weren't really getting that. But let's see. I've got to go to. Yeah, sorry about that. I've got to go to. There we go. You know, I want to make a new one. I just need to look up the ones I have. Um, yeah, I'm already. Why do you keep asking me to sign in again? Goodness sake. I'm already here. There we go. Okay. It's the technology stuff. After a while, it forgets you. Let's see. So that's not that one. I need to go to. Aha. There we go. Um, there was one about channel points. I remember seeing it about channel points. Like, nope. I'm trying to find it. No. Channel subscription management. That's not the one I'm looking for. Um, oh man, where did I see that? I'm thinking it may have been on the creator one, because I have the viewer one right here, and I'm not seeing it yet. It might have been the crap. It might have been the creator one. Give me a second. I know I'm looking through the past ones, like, okay, where is it? Where is it? So that's the okay, nope, not there. Channel points. I know I had it here somewhere, but it was problem with thumbnails. Nope, that's not in it. Nope. Nope. Man, where did I? Ah, here we go. It was on the creator side. Here. Okay, it was on the creator side. Still have the imposter Jim. Who is the real Dara? Hey, watch it. No. Okay. So here's this one. This is from March, and one of the questions went here. Let me zoom in a bit so you can see. This was on the creator side, so this is for the creator's perspective. The question 23 was, what specific community features would most benefit your channel? You choose up to 3, right? Channel points was 12% of like 70. I think it was like 76 total. So the first one you have is community post update features, right? Right, that's the 36. And then 35 was enhanced chat features like better moderation, filter options, stuff like that. And then the one below that was direct messaging, which I think Twitch does, but it could be a bit messy. But again, talking about channel system points, that was like number 4 on the list of it. So the top 3 are community posts, direct messaging, and enhanced chat features. So that really wasn't a big needed thing by creators that they wanted channel point system. Again, it's from 76 different responses, so I know that's not the big number that would help define that, but from the sample size I have, channel points wasn't the biggest ordeal. So while I get what you're saying, a lot more people probably weren't thinking about that at the point in time. And so my point with this is trying to find out what the many voices are saying and kind of collect that data to see what's more important than, or what more people are wanting for or whatever. So, but I mean, yeah. But from that regard, yeah, channel points is like number 2, 3, yeah, it's probably number 5, yeah, because this is a better subscriber notification system, so it's probably number 5 on the list of what people wanted for the creator side. So, But I've heard that a lot from different people who want channel points. But again, from my creator side, channel points was like number 5 on the list amongst other things. Which, to be honest, community posts on Rumble would be nice, right?
That would be. Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody would
right.
know then when I'm going live, stuff like that. That'd be very good.
Yeah, like YouTube does, right? YouTube has those post
Hmm.
things that you can use and stuff. I know
Yeah.
I've heard that a few. Um, the subscriber notification system, I think that's been an issue because I know they tell you to upload the app, but when you are talking about like getting the email thing, right? Like on YouTube, you're direct. Like once you go live, the emails to you.
Oh yeah.
Rumble not so much. Rumble's like 24 hours after the fact, which
Yeah,
is,
yeah.
yeah, right. You want like if you are doing a live stream, which you probably, as you stated before, you don't do very many of. If you were to do a live stream, you would want people to know right at this very minute that you've gone live, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. But that's with Rumble. That's just not the case in their email factor, which is where you get that. Because I've seen it before with like the difference between my Rumble and YouTube is that YouTube goes right on the dot, and and the Rumble side just goes until like 24 hours after. And like, ugh.
Yep, yep.
So, but yeah, again, that's why I do my surveys things because I think a lot of people rely on word of mouth is great. Don't get me wrong, but they rely on a lot of people that either they're friends with or whatever, or they know, and they think that this issue is the biggest majority issue out there. But through my surveys, I can at least attest to at least the responses I've gotten that maybe the thing that they're thinking on is not the most important at this moment. There are a lot of other things they want from Rumble, like the community posts or whatnot.
Hmm.
Well, I mean, what do you think about something like that with that data collection?
I think it was what was it? There was something about like news videos uploaded, stuff like that, right? Wasn't there something like that that you see more like newer videos, like whatever? I think that was a
Mhm.
good idea. I think just because when I'm looking sometimes in some tabs, I don't want to see some video that came out like 2 months ago. Like I want to see what kind of came out new, or maybe a
Yeah.
feature that you could like customize what you see first. Maybe it's recently uploaded. Maybe
Yeah.
it's higher views, like higher view videos. I don't know, something like that. That'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, the content filtering option, right?
Yes,
New,
that's what it would be. Yeah.
oldest, by date, that sort of thing. Rumble just doesn't have that at all.
No, no. And I do wonder how many people are working in like Rumble right now. Like I don't know, updating the servers,
Mm.
updating the app itself. Like I'll be pretty curious on how many people are working there too.
I believe the last amount I heard was around 160 people total work for Rumble.
Wow, wow. That's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, and they're split between different areas, right? Like you have the Canada part, and then you have
Yeah.
the United States part, and some people are remote. Like Rick himself is still in South Carolina. He is actually a remote worker to
Hmm.
Rumble. He doesn't report into one of the headquarters. I've talked to another content creator. No, not a worker. Uh, locals at the moment. Oh, thank you for that, Nero. I appreciate it. Yeah, 12 p.m. tomorrow. That's when they end. Eastern, 12 p.m. Eastern. Um, a lady I had on named Local Vivian. She's not even with, the HQ. I can't remember. It was like Montana or something like that, where she's a remote worker as well. So you have a lot of people who are remote working
Hmm.
for Rumble. You still have people at the places, right? But you have more or less remote working. So it is a thing where um, it's kind of this separated space, if that makes sense. Like they're not there at the site; they're off site elsewhere. Um, but yeah, again, it's lunchtime. Yeah, yeah, noon, 12 p.m. Eastern. Eastern. Some people, it's not. Pacific would probably be like 9 a.m. Mountain time would be. That's the funny thing about time zones, right? It's like, okay, so how many hours back is that for me? You're like a few hours, like, okay, so it's 1, 2, because the Pacific is 3 hours from Eastern, Mountain is 2 hours from Eastern, and then Central is an hour behind Eastern, and then Eastern takes up from like where I'm at to like I think like Maine or whatever. I don't know how far, to be honest. Um, but yeah, content filtering would be a great option. It's just it's not there, and that's a tool sorely needed, I would
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
Because like you would like to know what your popular video is, right? Like who's the
Hmm.
most views or whatnot. Or you'd probably will want to know what's the newest one, right? Oh, especially for playlists. I don't even think when you make a playlist that it's separate. You can have that filtering option.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
don't think so either. No.
yeah, which is kind of sucky in itself because that's where you think they'd at least try to. I have to go Hound Pyro to take it. BRB. What? Hound Pyro? What? I'm not sure I want to know at this point. Um, but yeah, I think that's a big tool issue. What do you think about the direct messaging part? Do you think that should be a thing or?
I don't really see a point to direct messaging. Like I know, like Taylor, one of my friends, he has his own email just for people to directly email him. Like I think that
Mm,
you could still do something like that. Like there's no problem for that.
yeah, yeah, especially with I mean, obviously you can add your own stuff too, but I think they don't. There's only a certain amount of different places set that they have where you could link to like your truth or your Instagram or something like that. I don't know. I don't use Instagram, so I don't know how well much of it's worth. I know people go to TikTok, right? Like
Yeah,
a lot of
yeah.
people go to TikTok. Have you ever tried using TikTok as well?
No, no. It's just nah. I don't really care about it. It's anybody could be kind of famous, but then just die instantly. So I don't want to do something like that.
A little too quickly, right? Like they could
Hmm.
rise up and fall down. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, you're already on three places, and I'm only on two, other than Twitter X, but I don't stream to Twitter X. But I mean, eh, do you? Is it
Hey,
a fact?
that
What?
might be your next big move. Move on to X. You can start live streaming on X. Wouldn't that?
Possibly, yeah,
Yeah, that'd be
possibly,
pretty good.
yeah, maybe. But I like being able to put up my stuff. For right now, I'm only handling as much as I can handle, right? Like content
Oh,
creators, yeah. Like you don't want to handle too much because you only have so much mental bandwidth, right? And you don't want to take on too much. Like 10 different places, and you're like, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Um, I've talked to people who are like 9 to 10 places too. I'm like, I don't get it, man. I don't know how you're doing it. I'm already brain dead at this point with that remark. Um, but yeah. So I mean, for that sort of thing, have you streamed on X yet or no?
no, no. I was going to, but that was just before they added before you have to pay in order to do that. So yeah,
Yeah, the badge. Um,
yeah.
and I've seen a lot of people kind of wanting to quit over, but they pay like the yearly thing. I only pay like monthly, and I do like the premium. I
Hmm.
don't do premium plus. Premium plus, you get extra stuff like no ads, whatever. But it really doesn't help when you're paying $50 or so a month, and you're just like, I don't want to do this. You're not getting very much in return. It's a lot of hoopla, basically, is what it feels
Yeah.
like. But I mean, so beyond the three, so for the three you do, would you ever do another one, or you just stick with the three you have?
I'm probably gonna just stick with the three. I don't really see a point to kind of moving on. Like if I were to get verified on Twitter or like to pay for something like that, then I probably would. But just right now, I'm pretty good.
So what is your standings with your other platforms then, other than Rumble?
My Twitch, it's more like a side piece. I don't
Oh.
really care about it. I'll promote it and I will stream on it. I kind of want it to get a little bit bigger so I could use the channel points because I just like getting that connection with my audience. Something like that would be pretty fun. And yeah, and with my YouTube, it's more my primary now. I just like it.
Mm-hmm.
I did stream on it for a time, but it just got so annoying because I use like the shorts version for my stream. Like I'd be streaming like one for widescreen and one's short for the short version. It
Yeah.
got just too I don't know too ass, so I didn't even use it anymore.
Yeah, no, that's understandable. Like you're, because I've seen some people do like the vertical, which is like the
Yeah.
short look. Which I'm not sure if that's because of like TikTok, or whatever. Because I know people do that for TikTok. But I mean, I don't see the point of doing two different areas of like the, maybe it's for like the mobile version. I'm not too sure. But at the end of the day, I really it's a lot of extra work for something that should just be about either learning about the process or just having fun with it. Because I tell you what, a lot of people burn themselves out in this content creator field. I mean,
Oh yeah.
I think it was like, what was it? It was like last year, the year before. You saw a lot of people on YouTube just sort of like drop off because they didn't want to, they were burning themselves out and then going on to do something else. And of course, they've had success, right? You've had varied success, but it's just when you burn yourself out in creating content, you're not creating content anymore. You're just fulfilling your job to in order to get paid,
Yeah.
which is sort of defeats the purpose of why to be in content creation anyway. Oh my goodness. But no, and again, I understand that you probably don't see any worth to any of the platforms, but so YouTube is your base, and the other ones are sort of just like extra areas
Hmm.
for your stuff. Are you? Does that mean you're monetizing YouTube then?
No, like no, not yet. I'm hoping
Mm,
to probably in like the next end of the year or maybe a little bit after that. It's like because every one of my videos now it's reaching higher views than they've ever had before. So I want to keep going on with what I have.
yeah, and it's understandable. Go with what works, right?
Yep.
Um, but yeah, I do at least like that you're at least promoting your other places, because there are a lot of content creators that are on the places on other places, and they don't seem to promote. Sorry, they don't seem to promote them, which has been a weird thing. Um,
Yeah.
Especially when you see these content creators who get kind of slapped by YouTube or Twitch. I mean, demonetized or banned for no reason or whatever. But it's a weird thing. It was like there was one content creator I saw who was 7 day, couldn't upload anything to whatever on YouTube, whether it was like mass flagging or whatnot, I don't know. But they were just 7 days, and they were promoting the Rumble out the wazoo. And then all of a sudden, when they got back onto YouTube, they just stopped promoting their Rumble altogether.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's sort of like, but you just spent 7 days on there promoting the crap out of it because of what this other platform did. It almost feels like when that happens, people are very like a very abused person. They'll keep going back as long as they keep getting accepted. It's
Yeah. Yeah.
weird. It's probably one of the most accepted forms of abuse in our society, because a platform can demonetize you, and you'll fight to get your monetization back, or you've been banned or whatever, and you'll fight to get it back. And when you get back, they'll still hamper on you on certain draconian rules or whatever, and you'll just keep going back because it's the best place for reach or monetization, and you're just like, that's the worst. That's like the most accepted case of abuse around, and they're just like, well, I gotta make my money somehow. It's like, wow, wow. I've never heard someone who's been abused like that before say, you know what, he may have beat me, but at least I could still have a roof or something like it. It just sounds like that,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah.
So nothing against people who do this and make a business out of it, but it's like, if you're if you're willing to keep if you're willing to keep accepting those kind of beats, I don't know what's gonna help you. I do not know what's gonna help. But again, you see those stories, and it's just interesting to kind of see them kind of um, keep popping up, and you're like, but you're on all these other places. Why not promote them? It's like, well, they don't get much traction. Well, if you don't promote them, they won't.
No, they won't.
Yeah, you don't sit here and just have Twitch and not promote it at all. You actually promote your Twitch by having a link to it. You say, I'm here, here, and here, and you have links
Yep.
to it. But if you don't promote it, then it's just like a dead duck in water. It's just gonna stay there, you know. Um, but yeah, that's just what I've seen. Content creation is sort of this weird field of, you find something, you enjoy it, and then you get monetized, and then you're trying to keep up for that monetization and all that stuff. And I'm
Hmm.
just like, man, I've already got one full-time job. I don't need another. Oh my goodness, it's insane. But but uh, but yeah, I mean, you've what since you since you're friends with like Taylor Dude and Gussie Wussy, what has been their experience in creating content? At least from what you've experienced
Mm-hmm.
with them.
Well, I know for a fact Taylor, he's more when he makes his videos, he's just like VODs. It's all really what it is. Like fully, he just cuts out his entire stream and just makes it his video.
Hmm.
Which, like me personally, I'm not a full fan of that. I don't like to watch VODs that often. It's just not for me. I get it. Some people like to watch it. That's for them. But like some stuff like that Gussie did, he kind of like mixed the VOD and then the video at the same time. Like it'll be like a hour or a 30-minute video of just him making this in Minecraft or something like that, and he would add some edited elements into it, which I thought would be pretty cool. Just to change it up a little bit, make the VOD look less like a VOD and maybe more of like a video.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah.
And that's understandable. Because I know a lot of people are still attuned to the edited video content. Um, but I mean, with the advent of like Twitch and then Kick, many feel that live streaming is going to be the new norm because obviously that's where it's being live and
Yeah,
experiencing it live and all this stuff, which it has its own benefits too. But I really do believe the platform that can handle all three items is going to remain king because you to handle shorts, to handle edited video content, to handle live streams, it can become its own synergy. Um,
hmm
like I don't know if you use any Apple products, but it's sort of like how Apple is, right? Their ecosystem is so well that you can buy you can buy a song on your phone, and you can use it on your laptop or your pad or whatever, right? There's that ecosystem where you buy it and you can use it on all your different devices within the Apple ecosystem. I like what was that thing? The Apple Vision, right? I think that's what it was
Oh
called.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. And it sort of looks like your ski goggles, right? It's just very big and bulgy.
Yeah.
I was like, man, those look like the future. It's like, it's like 3,500. Like, not the future for me.
Nope.
I can pay for a car with that. I mean, come on. Which I'd rather do anyway. Save 3,500, put that on a
hmm
car. Goodness sake. But yeah, no, there's that, and but yeah, it's just that having that synergy of a system, and I think that kind of can benefit a platform. And again, that's why YouTube is still seen as king of the platforms because it's global. It's the
Yeah,
second
yeah.
it's second largest search engine in the world. It's connected to Google, obviously.
hmm
Um, it's it's well known. You can put all three different areas, work in three different areas there. It's just Twitch is a bit different based upon the live streaming faction and like you were talking about the more channel points and all that sort of stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And yeah, I just think but I still believe if there's a platform that can make all three things work, shorts, live stream, and edited video content, they'll remain the biggest for a while because of just how many of a mixture of people there are for shorts or
Yeah, yeah.
for live streaming or for edited video content. There's just a whole slew of mix, and it's probably going to remain that way for a while. But I know a lot of people like the live streaming and all that stuff. Not that I'm saying I'm Nostradamus. I'm just saying what I've seen from others. So, um, but yeah, it's just interesting with this field, and um, I at least hope your friends at least are hoping to enjoy what they're making as well.
hmm
Because again, I know Gussie Wussy is going to be out for a while and
Oh yeah.
doing his stuff. Yeah, I think it was like, you think he said like 2 years, didn't he?
2 years. Yep.
Yeah, yeah. So I know there's one point there was talk where he was talking like he'd have his dad upload videos to his like channel or
Yes.
whatnot.
Yeah. I don't know what happened to that though. I did check. He's not doing it. So
Yeah, I don't think that plan worked out very well. I think it's that was like I don't understand this. I'm not gonna try.
yeah.
Oh my goodness. But the Minecraft part that you guys used to do. I know you don't do it anymore, but was it just that server type of thing, or did you ever try mod packs in Minecraft?
Mod packs. Well, I think I'm not a huge fan of those mods. I'm kind of like the game the way it is, vanilla,
Hmm.
like that. Like I here and there, I'll have like a replay mod, nothing too crazy, like an actual mod pack. Like I don't know, like a Pokemon mod pack. Like I don't know what you'll
Pixelmon,
have,
yep.
but something like that. You know,
Mhm.
some of my other friends would love that stuff. Like they have like a casino mod pack, something like that. But like,
Wow.
yeah, just nothing that I would really like. You know, I do like casinos. I do like gambling, but hey, just not for me in Minecraft. I'll save that sometime. I'll save that for a different time.
Yeah. Wait till you go to an actual casino first, then you might
Yeah,
enjoy it better.
there we go.
So yeah, that actually brings to like for kick and stuff, right? Like that's supported by stake and all that.
Yeah,
What do you think? What do you think about that? Say within those platforms, do you think it should be a thing or no? Having like the gambling stuff involved or whatnot.
I don't really see much of a problem. It's kind of just like channel points, but way more. I don't know, way more
Risky?
risky. Yes,
Yeah.
that's more like it. Yeah, you could. Yeah, I think it could be a good idea, but there should be like a limit. You know, I think that's the main thing.
Hmm. Now, what do you mean by like a limit and how much to spend, or what are you
Yes,
talking about?
something like that. You know, because you can't just have like your like some random kid go in there and start spending all of his mom's all of his mom's money, net worth, all that just right on this random streamer. You know, like there has to
Mhm.
be for one like a limit that you could do, and maybe yeah, I think that would be smart. Because if
Yeah.
you're losing all day, I don't think you want to lose even more. You know.
if you're if you're losing all day, I think you need to get off right now.
Yeah, yeah.
But no, because that would brought up the thing with I'm pretty sure you saw that Iggy Azalea had bought her has a casino thing on Rumble now. Have,
Oh, yeah.
have you heard about that or seen that?
No, I've never heard about that till now.
Yeah, it's called Motherland Casino, and it's I don't know if she's like the commander of or whatnot. I've not looked into it, but she's involved with that. Iggy Azalea, and a lot of people know her for her music stuff. So if you don't know who she is, you can always look up the name. But she brought that over to Rumble, and it's kind of caused a bit of an uproar. Not a whole lot, but enough that people are upset by the gambling factor. But it's also the way the women are dressed that are in it sort of thing as well.
Yeah,
They
yeah.
look very low cut in some things and all that
Hmm.
stuff. So there's been that kind of argument, but um I can agree to like the limit thing, like you don't want people spending money, um overspending or whatever, but I think I mean, do just for it being all right on a platform, if it had that limit, do you think it's all right, or would you rather just it not be there?
Well, I think it really depends on the limit. Like if the limit is too high, then maybe I don't know. I wouldn't really be fine with it being like I would like it not really being on the platform. But if it's too low, I'd still be fine with that. Like I think I want it to be there that it wouldn't affect it that much, and also
Mhm.
wouldn't just it couldn't damage anything too important. You know.
Yeah. So it's more of like the limit of spending and all that stuff that's kind of got you on that regard.
Yeah, it's kind of like a
Yeah.
side piece, something like that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's understandable, right? Because we all hear about gambling addiction and all that
Yeah.
stuff, and people blow it on craps or whatnot or cards. Those are some very devastating stories, and it's not a good one. But I can understand that. I've just seen a lot of talk on the Motherland. Motherland Casino is what the name of the channel is, and they just all this stuff with gambling. And again, Kick is too, because this is supported by Stake, which is a online gambling casino sort of thing. So there's that. But yeah, it's multivaried. Some of it calling it free speech, that sort of thing, free of expression, whatever. But at the end
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
day, I think they are more tied up on that regard of because you have people who are there are some streams on Rumble where they're bikini streams, they're more like shows like fashion shows. It seems I've not watched too much of it, um, but it's kind of this back and forth of what if a platform claims they have free speech, what do they allow as free speech? What is the allotment of, right? What's
Hmm.
the limit, right? Because then you'll get complaints of those crabs are expensive. Yes, they are. They are very expensive. It's craps. It's craps. I'm sorry. It's craps that the game is. Um, but then you start running this whole field of just like of um, free speech and all that other stuff and what's allowed, not allowed, the whole shebang. And I think that comes ahead with Rumble itself because you know what is allowed, what isn't allowed, and a lot of people are saying this shouldn't be or that shouldn't be or whatever.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
it's kind of like it's defined, but it's not really defined, if that makes sense. It's very vague and in limbo, and you're just like, but it maybe should be allowed a space a bit because I don't even think they allow gambling on YouTube. I don't think.
I I don't know. I see gambling clips, but I just don't see I don't know, I don't see much live gambling. Maybe that's
Yeah,
just not on my feed, but I don't know.
yeah, no, which is good. No gambling for you, good sir. Um, but yeah, it's just I'm human, so it's hard to be objective. But I'm like, I'm not gonna sit here and take one side over the other because there are bits and pieces on both that make sense. But it's the condemnation that comes from it.
Yeah, yeah.
Excuse me. It's the condemnation that comes from it because it's people. It's almost like people acting as free of sin, complaining on the sinners, which is a weird way to put it, but it's the best way I can put it. That makes sense because it does feel like a lot of people who are high above it are not, and I can get it. I
Mhm.
can get it, but at the end of the day, I do think there are things like on YouTube, right? And you've seen this too, where if you don't want to see a channel or an episode of something, you could just click on the three dots and say, "Don't want to see this sort of thing."
Yeah, yeah.
It'd be nice if Rumble had that sort of thing. That'd be a helpful tool because it allows people to create their content on it, right? Like you could curate the what you want to see on Rumble, and another person curate. So it's possible someone doesn't want to see your stuff, right? Just use your
Yeah.
example, and they say I don't want to see it. Well, there's one person that doesn't want to see you, but there are other people who do want to see you. So it's just allowing people with a tool to curate what content they want to see, and Rumble just doesn't have that.
Yeah.
And I think that's one of those things. It's kind of for
That they're missing
some,
out on? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah.
yeah, missing. Well, not only missing out on, but what makes them feel slow compared to what's already out there,
Hmm.
right? Because Rumble, as it stands, is going to be playing catch up for quite some time,
Oh yeah.
and the other platforms have resources and human power and all this sort of stuff to keep them ahead of the game. Maybe they won't be the best for long, but eventually, they're gonna keep being the best because they have the ability to. And Rumble just doesn't have that at the moment. It's trying. I'll give them that, but they're not there yet. And there's a lot of tools they could add that could be beneficial to create, like the content filtering or the curation part or whatever you see fit, basically. Um, but yeah, still a long way to go, but they're getting there. It's just it feels like it's taking too long for some. So, but that's just what I heard, and from my surveys as well. So, but anyway, I think we're gonna start winding it down because I do have to get tomorrow's stream set up.
Okay, yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
I do I do have to get up in the morning as well. So it's like,
Oh yeah, no worries, no worries.
oh goodness. But you know what? Before we go, we'll do a few things. Experienced a link spammer that was able to spoof a fake channel so it couldn't be muted selling drugs. Wow. Were you able to report it though? You got to be able to report it. If you can report it, then that's great. But if not, that's dangerous. Because there's been a lot less scammer stuff in the comments, but yeah, that's rough. So it couldn't be muted. That's wow. Wow. I hope you're able to find it and stop it. But that's dangerous. Hope you save that data. Um, but anyway, I do. So before we'll go, we'll do what we're doing before, the promoting our channels and stuff, and then and a few other things, and we'll kind of go from there. So if that's all right with you, we'll start from that. So, Neuro, if you could bring up Aiden's links in the chat, I'd appreciate that. But for you, Aiden, the floor is yours if you want to promote yourself.
Ah, no, it's okay. I'll just say my links are down below. You can just follow me on Twitch, Rumble, and YouTube. But yeah.
Um, we tried to keep up with deleting the links. Encryptus did find one of the user accounts. Luck. Great. Yeah, Encryptus is pretty good. Yeah, like you said, all his links to his stuff is down below, even his Twitter X. If you want to see what he's about and all this stuff, and if he's worth a follow to you, go for it. I always tell people, I'm not gonna say just go follow this person. I say check them out, and if their works prove themselves, then why not give them a follow, right? Like you wouldn't have stayed if they didn't,
Yeah, yeah.
Like I'm sure there's a bunch of channels you follow too that are sort of like that. Oh, there we go. Thank you. There's all of Aiden's links that we have up. So go ahead, check out any one of them. And if he's worth the follow, like I said, why not give it to him? Because, he does put in work. 10 hours he put in for one 8-minute video. 10 hours. That is dedication on a level I haven't seen before. More dedication than I could put in for my shorts. And that's saying something right there. So, yeah. But anyway, give him a look. If he's worth the follow, go for it. For my end of things, whether you're on the Rumble side, whether you're on the YouTube side, doesn't matter which part you're on. If you wouldn't mind leaving a like, sharing the content, leaving a comment or a follow, anything that helps the engagement factor is much appreciated because at the end of the day, not only does it help me being seen more, like all creators want to be seen, they want to be seen more. It also helps in having other people on, like Aiden, like Gussie Bussy, like Encryptus that he says in the chat, like so many other people. At the end of the day, I do this thing that crosses different platforms, different people. I'm not just about a creator show off. I'm about just having conversations with people at the ground floor, and that's why I do it. At the end of the day, any bit helps with the engagement factor, and I appreciate you all. And of course, I have a link down below as well. Of course, thank you. Thank you, Nora, for that. You can go to this link down below, check it out. I have my Twitter X, my email, my Discord thing there, but it's mostly just for DMing. You can check those things out. Worth a follow. Much appreciated, all regardless. But that's where I'm at. Again, any help with the engagement factor and links down below. Appreciate all the same. And of course, as usual, I think what was it? Again, surveys. The creator and viewer surveys are going to tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern. If you've not put in your stuff, if you've not put any feedback for, your time is now. If not, I think all those who did take the surveys, whether they did one or both, all feedback, all perspectives count, because at the end of the day, this is about helping the Rumble, the platform, get better, even if they don't take what's given by the surveys, which I don't have any affiliation with. I can't control that factor. All I can promise people is that you'll get to see that data, just like I showed you with the previous month. You'll get to
Yeah,
see that
yeah.
data. You'll get to see those graphs, and maybe there'll be something you like in there that agrees with you. Maybe you won't. But at the end of the day, this is stuff that people are talking about on that base level, and people aren't seeing that from Rumble, and that's why I do it, because people aren't seeing. You give feedback all day long to Rumble, but you're not really seeing anything back of like 50% want this or that or whatever. That's why I do it. So there's
Yeah.
that. And of course, like I was talking earlier about Proton, look, guys, I'm not a sailor. I don't know how to market myself. I'm promoting this product because I use it, and it helps real well for a lot of different things. You can use you have the ability to use an alias email address instead of your actual email address. You have the ability, you have them, biting on scammers and taking care of that scam mail and all that stuff, just like we saw earlier of Neuro mentioning. It's more for Rumble, but for Proton, they work on that. They're more about privacy, security. Nothing's 100% on the internet, but these guys are top tier for it. They're based in Switzerland, where they have the strictest privacy laws. Again, you don't check it out, that's fine. I'm just part of this partner program thing because I entered in. I didn't think I'd get in, and they told me I was in. So that's a surprise on my part, but check it out. I sort of do like the Billy Mays thing, where you use the product, you promote a product you use, and I use this product. So I believe it serves a purpose, especially for those who are worried about scams and whatnot. So you have alias scam stuff, and then you have a little bit like email trackers, which are sort of like, when you get promotional stuff from companies, they send these things with them that are track you. And so it helps clean those out so they can't do that anymore. So, but again, try it out, test it out for yourself. They have a free version if you want to use that. Again, I use it. I would just use that, but I don't know. I don't know what my other emails are connected to. So I'm kind of like, I can't shut them down. So there's that. And they get more spam. My Gmail too, because I have Gmail, because with YouTube, right, you have to have a Gmail account in order to use YouTube or create on YouTube. But with my Gmail, with my AOL, with my iCloud, all of those get spam. They get all that sort of stuff I don't even want to see. Proton, barely see it, barely see it. So if you want to have something like that, Proton may be worth trying. But anyway, guys, that's the end of that. And of course, tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern, I will have on a Darnell Quigley. Now, he is friends with previous guests Gina and Sean from Third Relify. So if you want to come see a man who's all about the quizzing and all this stuff, and just all around well guy, that'll be tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. So hope to see you then. And of course, the last thing I do with my guest, Aden, is something I call questions from a hat. So what happened is, I bought this hat from Rumble. Yeah, you can buy it from the store. I don't know what the size is, small, medium, but I already have a hat I like anyway. But I bought this hat from Rumble, and there are questions inside it. So what happens is that you, my guest, get 2 freebie questions pulled out of the hat, right? So I'm on YouTube, but I'm not monetized on YouTube. So if you're on the YouTube side, I'm sorry, guys. There's can't send super chats, can't send any of that. So no, so it is what it is. But if you're on Rumble, I'm already monetized. So you can send a Rumble rant. Doesn't matter the amount. It could be a $1 or $500. Doesn't matter. Are you trying to do your OBS? Oh, refresh. Is he back? I was just about to ask him a really good question. Oh, and he's back.
Hold on.
Yeah, I see you.
There we go. Okay, it's back. It's back now. There we go.
There you go. All right, man. I was like, oh man, who am I gonna ask questions now? Oh my goodness. But anyway, if people in the chat want more than the 2, you have to give a Rumble rant for it. But first question, Aiden, are you ready?
I'm ready. Let's hear
All
it.
right. These are easy to answer questions. Now, some people have been stumped by them because some get very philosophical, but I digress. We'll have a fun time regardless. All right, here's the first one. Here's the first one right here. I'll read it out to you. And it says, oh, here we go. Well, I don't think you drink alcohol, but we can substitute. No. We'll try a different one. I don't want to do that one. Let me get this one. All right, here's one for substitution of that one. This one is, oh, here we go. What's a childhood memory that still makes you smile, or what's something that you remember that still makes you smile?
Something that makes me smile is I'll bring up Taylor here. When we used to go to like Sunday school or whatever, we were supposed to come up with like nicknames that start with your first letter. So
Mhm.
Taylor came up with the nickname Taylor the Talking Toilet. So yeah, that was always a good one. Like out of nowhere, he just pulled that right out of his head. Just Taylor the Talking Toilet.
Oh my gosh, what was yours?
Nothing too impressive. Just ate an apple. Something pretty dumb like that. So
That's not bad. That's a
nah,
alliteration right
nah.
there.
I can't come up with something like that when I was younger. But Taylor, he was something different back then.
Yeah, I would have said Aden the Amazing, but I don't want to. I would inflate your ego too much, you know.
Okay.
What's his name again? Aden the Amazing. Now, better watch yourself. No. All right, question number 2. Unless someone gives a wrong right, this will be the last one. I'm not even looking in the hat. I'm gonna let fate decide what's the question that's gonna come up next. I don't know, but at the end of the day, it's gonna be fun. All right. Here's the second question. Let's see what it says. I gotta open it up. Oh man, post-it notes, Linus. Okay. Oh, this is a real easy one. Do you prefer the beach or the mountains?
Ooh, I think that's a very easy beach right there. Come on.
Okay, why the beach? Come on.
Well, maybe I don't know. Well, it depends. If there are there waves, is it a nice, very warm day? Like I could keep
Uh,
going into the gist of that, but I think yeah, the beach way nicer. I could just relax on there. I do like the mountains though. Like here and there, like I live in Canada. I go up to
Mhm.
Alberta and stuff like that, and
Oh,
yeah, go up there. I like that area a lot. But just the
wow.
beach is always nice and warm out there.
Nice. Well, do they have many beaches in Canada?
Oh yeah, they do. Oh yeah.
All right. Well,
On lakes, okay? Nothing on like oceans, nothing like that.
yeah, right. Yeah, it's because I don't know. I've talked to many Canadians though on here. I've talked to if you've ever heard of Slinger Games, he's one. I know. I talked to a gentleman named 70s Rocker. He's a Scotsman living in Canada. So
Wow.
there's that. Yeah. Oh yeah. He moved there a long time ago. I can't remember when he said. But I've talked to many people who are Canadians. Sean Third Railify is actually Canadian. And all that stuff. So you have a lot of people who use Rumble, and Rumble's stationed in Canada, so there's that. But you have a lot of Canadians who use Rumble, so there's that. But anyway, guys, that is the end of the show, and of course, thank you all for being here, and of course, thank you, Aiden, so very much for being
Yeah,
here. I
thank you
appreciate.
for having me.
Oh,
Yeah.
you're welcome. Yeah, and you're always welcome to come back. I mean, dude, you are you're getting up in the world and you're doing this thing that you enjoy, and conversation never has to end, so there's that. I just got you. Well, you know what, stop being so late. All right, come on, we're on a time thing here. Okay, I said 7 p.m. Eastern. What? Oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with you people. Come on, read. Learn to read.
Hey,
Learn to read the post.
if only you had that what's it the community what's the channel notes or
Post. Yeah,
post.
community
There
post.
we go. Yep.
That what it would have helped if we had community posts. You know what? Oh my goodness.
Yep.
They have that repost feature, but it's not really the same. I am illiterate. Well, comics dad. I look, if you're illiterate, I worry for your wife because she may be the one reading the comics, okay? That's when it's gonna be real dangerous. Hey, what do you want? Hey, calm it down there, sir, with the language, okay? Calm it down there. Pine cones may be important, but you can't toss them at me from this distance, okay? I look at look, I'll let you have that one. Okay, you win. You win. Comic Dad gets that one. Okay, that was pretty funny. I, look, a Comics Dad is a dude that runs a comic channel on comics and stuff. So he's all that. There you go. Look at him. He's giving himself a medal. Look at that. Rumble needs a pop up book feature. No, at that point we're already going beyond what we need. But all right, guys, that going a little too far over. Yes, you made it late, but you know what? You still have to deal with the end results. All right. All right. Tomorrow, hey, you two, since you're already here, tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern. I'm going to have a gentleman by the name of Darnell Quigley on. Don't forget the time, 8 p.m. Eastern. Okay? I'll even write it for you next time. So, I'll draw a pretty picture for you so you can get it. Just got to do it. You're more like the final dad, really. You're the one who's coming up here at the end, and I'm trying to explain to you what time is tomorrow. Goodness sake. Oh my god. You see how it's getting childish in the chat now there,
Hey,
Aiden?
they're trolling you pretty good. You
Oh my goodness. That's
gotta
okay.
stop that.
I'm trolling them back too. I call them children, so there's that point. But anyway,
Ban them.
anyway,
Start banning them right here.
take him out back. Unfortunately, can't make it, but I'll catch you at some point, dude. That's all right. That's all right. Thank you for stopping by, you two. I appreciate it. I live. Yeah. Sure you do. All right, Half Pine Forge. Yeah, sure. I see your face. I know where you're at. I'll stop in that chat one day and I'll really ring you hard. But anyway, guys, that's the end of the show. Again, 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow for my next guest. And again, thank you all in the chat for coming. Thank you again, Aiden, for coming.
Yeah,
You're a
thank you.
blast,
Yeah.
and you're always welcome. Come back. But like always, I end my show with "One Day with You" by Pogo, and of course, there's not gonna be anything premium because I have other stuff to do. But again, guys, see you tomorrow, 8 p.m. Eastern, and have a great rest of your night, guys. Bye. Aw, come on. There we go.